present, 16 years of fabulous entertainment on RuPaul's Drag Race has earned him her 14 Emmy Awards, a People's Choice Award, a Tony, a Billboard Music Award. How does that grab you, Charlie?
That's
Never
amazing
mind, because we're moving on. Try to keep up.
I love you. Oh, I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh.
Welcome to the End Times. Welcome to the End Times.
Hey, I'm Mike.
Hey, I'm Charlie. Today, we're wrapping up our Gay Icon series. Can you believe it's already part 3?
No.
I mean, that came fast, but it wasn't easy.
And we had a heck of a time deciding who to include in part 3.
Mm-hmm.
So many incredible people and so little space on the monitor. I mean, narrowing this list down was harder than getting Madonna to age gracefully.
So true. Now, today's list, of course, we saved some of the most fabulous for last. So let's kick it off with none other than the legendary Joan Rivers, the queen of comedy, the absolute mistress of the one-liners, and the original red carpet roaster. Joan didn't just open doors for women in comedy. She was a trailblazer. She knocked them clean off the hinges.
Can we talk? I watched Joan Rivers skyrocket overnight the day she first filled in for Johnny Carson on The Tonight Show way back in the early 80s when television was still in its infancy.
And so were we.
Eddie Murphy nailed it when he said that Joan Rivers is the best.
And she did it with more plastic surgery jokes in a Beverly Hills waiting room, which is likely where she came up with all that material to begin with. I mean, but seriously, Joan was fearless. I mean, her humor was sharp and her legacy even sharper. Rest in peace, Joan Rivers.
Well, well, well. If it isn't our next pick, and it just happens to be one of my personal favorites, Leslie Jordan, the Southern Belle who took sass to a whole other level. Leslie made us laugh and cry with his Instagram shenanigans during the pandemic. He's proof that tiny packages can deliver big laughs, and I miss him already.
Absolutely. I mean, and whether he was playing Beverly Leslie on Will and Grace or just sharing his stories on Instagram, Leslie always reminded us to find joy in the little things, even if they were pocket-sized.
Of course, we cannot mention Leslie Jordan without recognizing the woman who brought Leslie's scene-stealing days to an end. Megan Mullally.
Yes.
She's our favorite pill-popping, married for money vixen playing the part of Karen Walker on the hit sitcom Will and Grace. Every time Leslie Jordan would steal a scene, Megan would steal it right back. They were the true stars of Will and Grace, if you ask me.
From Will and Grace to the Queen's bunkhouse, can we talk about Dame Edna Everage? Yes, a Queen's queen. The glasses, the gowns, the gladiolas, that wicked, wicked wit. Barry Humphrey's alter ego gave camp a whole new meaning.
Dame Edna wasn't just a drag persona. She was an institution, and every wink behind those glittery glasses felt like a personal invitation to laugh at the absurdity of life. And now, our eternal rainbow goddess, on loan from the Hollywood Wax Museum for one night only, Miss Judy Garland.
Yay!
The original gay icon, and let me tell you, that was even before the term even existed. Judy sang her heart out, and we followed her right over the rainbow and into a bottle of vodka.
Oh, Judy had it all. Talent, triumph, and yes, tragedy. She was a blueprint for every diva who came after her. I mean, plus without her, I mean, we wouldn't have had the Pride's unofficial anthem, would we?
No, we sure wouldn't. Now, another iconic silver screen diva who gay people absolutely adored is Cleopatra herself, Elizabeth Taylor. True Hollywood royalty people and a fierce ally. Her tireless contribution for AIDS awareness was groundbreaking at a time when it was needed most. A time when others, quite frankly, shied away.
Yeah, Elizabeth Taylor wasn't just a movie star either. She was a warrior. And let's not forget her fantastic jewelry collection. It was as iconic as she was.
And she was besties with Michael Jackson, so how cool is it?
Oh, that's right.
Cooler than that, anyways.
That's right.
Now, this next pick reminds us of how tragic life can be. She was taken away from us way too soon. I can still remember hearing on the news when our beloved Karen Carpenter passed away after losing her battle to anorexia. Karen Carpenter's voice felt like a warm hug. Her hauntingly beautiful songs like Close to You and Superstar are timeless classics.
Oh, and hearing her voice at Christmas time every Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, it just takes me back when I was a kid, you know. Karen's music captured a depth of emotion that few could match. I mean, she was proof that vulnerability could be its own kind of strength. She was truly an angel, huh?
She sure was.
Yeah.
Now, I would be lying if I didn't include this next lady. She's way beyond a gay idol, and her legacy will be around long after she's gone. She's one of the biggest names on our list, and there's no use trying to hide her behind a tree. If you haven't guessed that I'm talking about country music legend Dolly Parton, then you're just not paying attention.
She's proof that big talent and yes, big boobs and even a bigger heart can take you far. From the barn to the circuit party dance floor, Dolly is a music superstar. And she's also a movie star. And she's the owner of one of America's best amusement parks called Dollywood, located in the Smoky Mountains.
I loved her in Best Little Whorehouse.
I did too.
Now
9 to 5.
I know, right? Yeah. Now our next pick is a comedy genius. She's been making us laugh for over 50 years, whether in Laugh-In, the psychedelic television variety show back in the 60s, or on the silver screen opposite Bette Midler in Big Business, and on Netflix more recently starring opposite Jane Fonda in Grace and Frankie. Lily Tomlin is a national treasure.
We once reached out to several celebrities when Mike and I were making an anniversary video for our friend Janice Ian, and Lily Tomlin was the only celebrity to answer the call. We'll never forget that. Thanks, Lily. Now, if you're into drag racing, then start your engines because you're going to love our next pick. Of course, I'm talking about the greatest female illusionist of all time, Andre Charles's RuPaul, the absolute reigning queen of drag, pun intended.
From 2009 to the present, 16 years of fabulous entertainment on RuPaul's Drag Race has earned her 14 Emmy Awards, a People's Choice Award, a Tony, a Billboard Music Award. How does that grab you, Charlie?
That's
Never
amazing
mind, because we're moving on. Try to keep up. Now, I once spoke to this next pick over the phone for more than 40 minutes one evening. I could not believe my luck, and it happened at the height of her career. Imagine a much younger me working at the front desk of a Marriott hotel, answering incoming calls on the reservation line, only to have Whitney Houston greeting me on the other end. I was polite.
Yeah, and he means the same Whitney Houston who gave us I Want to Dance with Somebody and You Give Good Love to Me.
That's the same
That
one.
Whitney Houston. Whitney was the diva's diva. Her music is a reminder of joy, love, resilience, and yes, also tragedy. Another icon taken from us way too soon.
And while we're speaking of Whitney, though, her legendary aunt deserves her spot on here, too. Do you know who she is?
I do.
Who?
Dionne Warwick.
That's right. Dionne Warwick. She's not just the pop icon, but she's also X's reigning queen of sass.
From Walk On By to I Say a Little Prayer to Deja Vu and many others, Dionne's music is timeless and classy.
Now hold on to your big blue diamonds, folks, because our next pick is pure guilty pleasure territory. I can only be speaking about Celine Dion.
Yes.
And she's been serving up those Titanic-level ballads for decades now. Her fabulous Vegas extravaganzas were world class. Celine is pure French-Canadian magic.
And her emotional performances make us all feel the feelings that we try to suppress, and her love for her fans is unmatched. Also, her fashion choices, well, it's a safe avant-garde to what the hell was she thinking? We love you, Celine.
Now, this next name made us laugh over and over. Always with the catty comeback, sweetie. First, we're talking about the snarky uncle, Paul Lynde. Whether on the Hollywood Squares or in Bewitched, his wit was sharper than a drag queen's contour under stage lighting.
He is so funny. Paul's not the only comedian I see. Paul Lynde, he paved the way for queer humor on mainstream TV, and without him, we wouldn't have the sass that we know and love today.
True. Now let's talk about the ethereal Laura Fabian, a vocal powerhouse who gave us Adagio while in her bare feet, the club hit I Will Love Again, and the gut-wrenching, jaw-dropping performances of Caruso and Jesus Vilade.
Laura's voice is like butter. I mean, smooth, rich, unforgettable. You fall in love with her every time you see her. She's proof that talent transcends language internationally.
I still remember when you turned me on to Laura Fabian for the first time, my jaw was on the floor.
I remember that afternoon.
Amazing.
I couldn't believe it when I saw her. I had to share it with you right away. I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
Now for a true American movie star, who's not even American, Julie Andrews, the practically perfect Mary Poppins and Maria Von Trapp. Julie's charm and talent have made her a beloved icon for generations.
I mean, Julie gave us The Sound of Music and Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Say that 3 times real fast. Julie Andrews' poise, elegance, and pure talent is mesmerizing.
Yeah, this next pick, though, was neither a movie star nor a pop star, but she was a real-life princess. Of course, we're talking about Princess Diana of Wales, the people's princess and a gay community hero. Diana's compassion and advocacy for AIDS awareness left an indelible mark.
I mean, she was more than just a royal.
Oh.
I mean, she was a humanitarian. Diana showed us the power of kindness. with everything she did.
Yeah, do you know she would go to the hospitals during the height of the AIDS crisis just to sit with the people that were on their last days?
I know.
And just
I
to hold
remember
their
seeing
hand.
that.
She was
The
an
footage was
amazing
just
human
so
being.
emotional.
Now,
Holding their hand and yeah, unbelievable.
Now, an honorable mention and a big shout out to Miss Piggy for being such a C word all these years. There's good reason why she was never on Sesame Street.
Oh my!
So there you have it. The icons who inspired us, entertained us,
and made the world a brighter place to be. That's for sure.
I don't know about you, Charlie, but I had a pretty good time exploring all these celebs to make these 3 episodes.
I did too. I mean, it was like a trip, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Now, I know there's plenty of iconic entertainers and characters who were not even mentioned here. Tell us in the comments who they are and be sure to include your favorites. We would love to hear from you guys.
And let us know what topics you want us to cover. I mean, we know a little bit about a whole lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And before we go, here's where we beg you guys to help us out by liking and subscribing so you'll never miss what's coming next. And we'd love you for it.
Plus, it would hopefully get this freaking algorithm moving in our favor. Anyway, don't forget, to be iconic, you must have brains, talent, and longevity. And if you come up short with these, then try stirring up a little scandal, but keep it light, okay? Let's not be hasty. So join us here next time on the End Times. And until that time, stay tuned.
Stay free.
And stay fabulous. Bye.